Welcome back, learners. So today in this short video we will be discussing the very last part of your syllabus, that is your ownership of patent. So basically we are discussing in this chapter, that is patent owner, okay, patent owner and their rights and duties. So once you own a patent, what is your right and duty? That is also very important. So we will be discussing in this particular video that once a patent is being owned and the ownership of the patent, what are the criteria? So first is an inventor. Who is an inventor? An inventor is anyone who invents or produce something new or innovative by experimenting, investigation, or has contributed intellectually for the invention. So they have contributed intellectually for the invention. But anyone assisting in the engaging in work, routine work to create the invention are not considered as inventors. So you have to differentiate the one who has generated the idea and produced the work, and anyone who has assisted engaging in routine work created in the invention are not considered as inventors. For an invention, it is important to have the written records of experiment. So in an invention, you should have a written records of the experiment conducted in the lab. So if I talk of any invention, right? So the most and foremost thing is that you have to have a lab work, and moreover, apart from it, the one who is assisting in invention is not an inventor. You have to distinguish between the two. Okay. Next comes the assignee. An assignee is anyone whom a title, claim, property, interest or right has been transferred by the organization or institute where the inventor has worked or used the resource. According to the Indian Patent Act 1970, an assignee, the definition is being given, an assignee of the assignee and the legal representative, a deceased assignee, and reference to assignee of any person, including reference to an assigned or legal representative or an assignee of that person. So you get to see assignee of the assignee and the legal representative of the deceased assignee, and reference to assignee of any person, including reference to a legal representative or an assignee of that person, right? So this is basically the assignee according to Indian Patent Act 1970. Now here comes another important term, that is your legal representative. So what is your legal representative? Legal representative is the one who represents the inventor. So if I mark it, it is basically the one who represents the inventor. Okay. He has all the papers and documents necessary for the application of the patent. It denotes a person who under law represents the state diseased person. If the inventor is suffering from any deadly disease, he can be the patent owner or a patent agent or a lawyer. So he can be a patent agent, or lawyer. Okay. So next point is the person or a company can also hold the patent. In case of invention made by the company's employee, the right of exploitation and ownership is credited to the employer. So it is being credited to the employer, as the employer proves the platform and financial support to the employee. Okay. Next important point is, so we move on to the next slide. So the next important point is, patent can be granted on to two or more persons and they are called as your joint inventor. So inventors can be single inventor or a joint inventor. A joint owner of the patent can enjoy all the rights of the patent of his or her own profit, but this right is subjected to condition that they do not infringe with the patent right of the other owners. So you can enjoy your right, but it should not contribute to they do not infringe with the patent right of other owners. In some country, each proprietor or inventor may freely license or assign their rights in the patent to another person, while in other countries the law prohibits such action without the permission of the other proprietor. So the law is different in your different country. Okay. So example is being given. Owner of the patent is entitled to granting license to other, as well as assigning his or her patent to other. Patent right is a privilege given to the inventor by the government for his, her dedication and innovation, and allows the inventor to enjoy this exclusive right. But it is very important to identify the invention. For example, US patent law requires the identification of all individual inventors. Okay? All individual. Failure to name an inventor or naming a non-inventor as an inventor can invalidate any patents granted. So you understand that if you are failing, then your grant of the patent will be removed. So inventor can obtain patent and sell them to others as it is their right, and the person, that the person who now use the patent enjoys or earns the patent enjoys the same right as an inventor. The patent also is used to prevent others from exploiting the claimed invention. So these are the common points which we have discussed previously in our class. Okay. Next we will move on to the rights of patent holders and co-owners. So right of patent holders and co-owners. So first is right before stealing. The patentee has the exclusive right to hold, make use, sell or distribute the patent product in India, or use the method or process of product formation for economic gain and commercial purpose. So the patentee has an exclusive right to hold, make use, sell, distribute the patent product in India. Right? These rights are exercisable. These rights are exercisable by the inventor or the one whose name is given for granting of the patent during the patent period of 20 years. Next is right to assign and license. Section 70 of Indian Patent Act 1970 explains the right to assign the patent to other or grant license to other person. It deals with the right of the patentee to grant patent to other or assign patent to other or deal with the patent for any consideration. Right? Next is right to surrender the patent. Section 63 of the Patent Act 1970 deals with the right of the patentee to surrender the patent. Okay? The patent right is an exclusive right. It is an exclusive right and remains with the patentee throughout the term of the patent. But it does not mean that the patentee has an obligation to carry the monopoly till the patent expires. Okay? Then right to exploit the patent. Section 24 of Indian Patent Act 1970 specifies that after the publication of the advertisement regarding the acceptance of complete specification of the patent application, before the date of sealing the patent, the patentee has all the privilege and right of the patentee. Okay, the owner of the patent, in according to section 19, shall have the exclusive right to exploit the invention. So right to exploit the patent. So we have discussed this in small points before. It is what is right to stealing, what is right to assign a license, what is right to surrender, when to surrender, what is the right to exploit the patent, right? How will you exploit the patent? And right of exclusive marketing. The applicant enjoys the monopoly right to sell, distribute market and deal with the inventive products of the country. Okay, so you get to see that this is like a property and you have so many rights to enjoy. Okay, next is your right to sue for infringement. A patent is an intangible property for a patentee, and it becomes his legal right to protect the patent or invention from infringement. He, she are entitled to file suit in case of infringement. So this is also another point which we have discussed in a short in our first class, right? Then right of co-owner. So what will be the right of the co-owner? So co-ownership is also called as joint ownership. Is given to whom or more person contribute to the same invention. So if they contribute to the same invention, the contribution may be made in such a manner that can be separated from one another. It is also necessary that the contributor contributes the same amount of work at the same place or contribute to the same subject matter of every claim of the patent. So if you have a contributor who has equally contributed with your work, then you also have to give the equal right to that particular co-owner. The right and obligation that is general are enjoyed by the single inventor are now shared by multiple inventors until they have signed upon a different agreement. Okay? If a dispute arises among the co-owner regarding sale, lease or licensing of the patent, they can approach the controller of the patent who shall decide upon the matter. Again, we come to know that in the last class we have discussed that controller is the one who decides a lot of things. So this can be another decision which is being made by the controller. Next is section 30 of the Act lay down the right of patent co-owner. So we have to also give importance to the patent co-owner as well. So first is the co-owner have the equal undivided share in the patent, but if they sign any contract regarding the share will be according to the agreement signed by the patentee. So what agreement they sign, depending upon that they get their particular rights. The co-owner have no right to grant or license or assign his right in a patent. So they have no right to grant a license or assign his right in a patent to a third party without the consent of the co-owner. So you also have to have a consent of the co-owner when you assign it to the third party, otherwise you cannot do. A co-owner is entitled to exploit the patent for his own benefit without accounting to the other owners. This again is based on the existence of any contract. Each one is free to use the invention independently. Any co-owner can license the patented invention to other and need not share royalty with other co-owners. Okay. Then, if a patent article is sold by one or more person registered as proprietor, the rights are viewed in them in such a way as if they were vested in a single person. Okay. Next we will move on to the duty of the patentee to make sure that the right granted are not abused. So what the patent and co-owner should assure for that? Patent and co-owner should assure that the invention is not used unjustly. The patent and co-owner should assure that no act that is prejudicial, to the public is performed. The patentee co-owner should assure that the patent is used in India in such a manner that the reasonable requirement of the public is taken care of. That is very important. The patentee co-owner should assure that the product is made available to the Indian people at an affordable and reasonable price. You have made a patent and you have not made it into an affordable price. You have not made available to the society in an affordable price. That patent is of no use actually. Okay. the patentee, co-owner and the license should inform the controller in writing about the extent to which the patented invention is commercially used in India. So these are some of the points which actually has to be looked upon. I again recapitulate. Patentee, co-owner should assure that the invention is not used unjustly. The patent and co-owner should assure that no act that is prejudicial to the public is performed. The patentee and co-owner should assure that the patent is used in India in such a manner that the reasonable requirement of the public is taken care of. The patentee and co-owner should assure that the product is made available to Indian people at an affordable and reasonable price. The patentee and co-owner and the licensee should inform the controller in writing about the extent to which the patented invention is commercially used in India. So this is about the class today. So we have come to a conclusion that your patent owner has many rights and duties, and as a patentee we should know the right and duty of your patent owner, right? We also have to focus on the rights of the co-owner, what they can exploit, what they can get from as being a co-owner of a single patent, right? So we will complete our syllabus by the next class. We will be discussing some of the patent cases, and after completion of that we will be completing our syllabus and we'll starting our revision class. Thank you. Stay at home and stay safe.